Me mo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Me who they say Osei Mensa Bonsu. Say currently I've seen that Osei Mensa Bonsu or your media rounds or your interview. Now uti nsem Osei Mensa Bonsu waka. Me personally I believe that nini na baumi ejuma ni bia na woye. But I mean I'm not going to sit here to say or yeah adiama baumia bone. No, I'm not going to do that. It is his own prerogative. And so whoever he wants to campaign for no obe campaign yama. But you see, one thing is a yentina krum ha emma impenyumfo enye nyachum. Yentina krum ha. Proud to 2024 elections no na metai kan asembia. Asembia me kan say yen na yeti krum ha. Yenhu senia se nyama esi a obi aye kom ehwe ema sa nyama ne koso. Some of us abato no be wie aban be sesa ye betena ha ne yehu omo be ye omo adwen se afi de ombe kasa yen ye be sori ne yegina mo kai se me kasa asem no yes inti de me ye ne de nsem am kan se me ye ne no na me ye now Osei Mensa Bonsu kasa na answer na me call story ne so no me share your first time subscribe na click the notification bell ne so and then obi bia wo tie me se wefusun ana oni mo bia na fusun bia na mesrew the best thing you can do for yourself is to do something about it the shortest possible time make sure so bema wefu no akofom because if you kese e de yare don bebre enenam to say stroke diabetes cancer intino se wo tie me a there is a book no ebetrew enyama miensa oya ebema wefu akofom eye natural enkofo bebre a spendi sika ewo eye edro eso nini na emu wefu nkofom book no just 100 cedis auto book no na wo hwe emu nyama na wo ya mema 1 month obehu change se wefu ehase akofom intino se ope book ni bia 0558074986 WhatsApp and afresa number no 0558074986 na yebepe book now in a PDF form or in a tree video, or you can click the link in the comment box and then get the book, or oshe screen is what products be a show. It is the same book, you can click it and get it. Now young consem Osei, where are we heading as a nation? Osei Mensa Bonsu fumes over impunity of arrests. Into Osei Mensa Bonsu in someone will be Sunday say into your mind no ena yeko. Just o mind no tetia pansan into your mind no ena yeko. Because nan say yes sorry ani ye chinkrofo yes sorry ani ye chinkrofo na yanko ni yanko kenkan Osei Mensa Bonsu nsemu a wokan say former member of parliament of Swami constituency in the Ashanti region Osei Mensa Bonsu has criticized the government over what he described as the growing impunity of arrest and harassment of individuals in the country. Osei Mensa Bonsu, who also served as the former majority leader, said some recent arrests carried out by the state security apparatus were uncalled for, particularly those involving individuals linked to the Operation Recover All Loot initiative. To say, a chia ye chi and saying crophobia ye chi womono, sabe nyanse nim, basically no. Obronika se bibi uncalled for, not just idea and cran ababi and nim nanke ni kwansi yes idea no. Now, yenko so say, the way people are using the office of the special prosecutor to arrest others, and how oral, NIB, and Ioku are arresting people with impunity. Where are we going as a nation? To see, send ya yesu oral ni NIB ni Ioku chichen grofo. Yakasi ye chi obi with impunity. I said ye, I mean impunity ne krano. Ye can go tree musain. Let me search the. But person me church as you know be at here. Let me say the definition of the word impunity. Now. I say exemption from punishment or freedom from the injurious. Well, that's it. I mean, anyway. You know, we are arresting people with impunity. Basically, na say, send ya ye chinipa no. Yemfa adwin to ho. I'm just trying to explain so people understand. I say, to the best of my knowledge, they have not been able to file charges or initiate court proceedings against anyone. Say what no say Mensa Bonsu. To the best of unknown knowledge, you know, yen file charges or yen initiate court proceedings. And you see, this has always been my problem with Osei Mensa Bonsu. It has always been my problem with him. MPP wa abemuno. That is the same problem I had with him. The fact that he refuses. That is what I want to do. The fact that he refuses to see. The fact that he forces himself to be blind to certain things. No, it has always been my problem with this man. Now me can see me come manati as you say. Me come manaya say. Asem wa woka. NDC phone crofo a wo no. And you see akwa say and they will call MPP for Kumasi Ashanti region. Radio stations are use to do propaganda Emma MPP na. That is how they speak. And the Mahama by watch a chinkro from Gofa watch you on sono, on shasye, on ye bibia and tiawamo, and the yen share processes being tiawamo, and the Mahama by watch chinkro force, now so yen share court proceedings being tia sangrofi. The fact that someone like Osei Mensa Bonsu will also be speaking that way, no, sometimes I am wonder. Edubuahin, waha, asem no any court. Processes ni yen shasye. Bium any yachina work as a processes no. Yen shasye. Chema to me processes no yen shasye. And you see, even if processes no kra womon shasye krana, Osei Mensa Bonsu knows governance and he knows. Say yen sorry keke. And share court processes as it starts a free baby neighbor. First, obe chinipa krono. Uchi nipa krona. Wamanati as say evidence a yenye tia uni. Nipa krono beka se ni yebe granti ni bail. Ye mani bail we are na fe court processes no ababe sha asye. Omo ayachi omo awo tre se we ayachi. Hwan mu na court processes no eni kwan hwan mu na court process ni yen sha asye wo mo so. Hwan mu na court process na wo se ye sha asye wo mo so ayen sha asye wo mo so. And so if you come and you speak like send your propaganda for Nebeka, the same thing. That they have not been able to file charges or initiate court proceedings against anyone. Sana edubo in case no more ya and they file charges and ye and ye dada attorney general no and ye yoko dada attorney general manacha or dada attorney general no sa and no more file charges. I'm file charges court and the court make a more on the crano and you say now say the latest one with the ababe boom they say company na edubo ahin to ade ni free omo company na babon ti ababe tro say indeed omo din fidie ni ma edubo ahin by initially mo sha ase no na mo say oh there is no case against edubo ahin into omo to me share court proceedings bi ase and yet the same thing am okatre chairman to me no omon share court proceedings bi ase ye ko chain no eye kunkun king kwa and that chairman to me is going to court. So that narration I say you see it's like they want to paint that narration and want their people believe say e yentron ye twa to omo so no mundi boni bia see na yeti krom ha yin yeti krom ha o say yen share court proceedings entia wo bia. How can you even say this? They've not been able to file charges or initiate court proceedings against anyone. Sir. Okay. Abronya ekoko cheno no. Abronye. Oman share court proceedings as entiano. Is Abronya not in court? Is the matter not in court? So if you come and say they've not started court proceedings against anyone, what are you saying? You are a selective blindness. You are intentionally causing yourself to be blind to the issues because you want to paint a picture. But this is not even my main problem or my main issue with a year Osei Mensa Bonsu. So see, his remarks follow the detention of several prominent figures within the New Patriotic Party by Economic and Organized Crime Office and the National Intelligence Bureau. Speaking on Channel 1 TV on Monday, October 6th, that is Enra, Kyei Mensa Bonsu urged President John Dramani Mahama to address human rights concern in his next state of address. It was Kyei Mensa Bonsu catch His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said on addressing human rights in Sensem because apparently Obaso claim say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is sort of breaching human rights, right? Also, where are we heading as a nation? I am not happy with what's happening. The arrest of Wontumi, Abronye, and some former ministers who are now required to report every week is certainly not the best of circumstances. And you see, and the mentality is that with Osei Mensa Bonsu, some krofuya yachi omono, omo ye nipa sin nipa, omo ye nipa sin Ghana phobia, and so die yedi yomo ni kwansi yedi yomo. Chema Wontumi di enti ane yachi no. And you see, Moon MPP for listen, what I want to tell you guys and they say, be truthful to yourselves. Be truthful to your conscience. You see, you can't come and sit on air and speak as if say, Chema Wontumi chia yachi no. Chema Wontumi did nothing wrong any yachi no. There are a lot of evidence that Chema Wontumi mine in any other cases. It's because Chema Wontumi MPP ni intimaye nchino. And then you have an issue with say Chema Wontumi na ya chino no. The entire yema na report it every week. Seriously? Ghana has say why the wenya police case a young country is on report every week. It is part of bail conditions. Obi biara wenya case wa Ghana bia be catch say yema o bail la yebe ma o day say every Tuesday bra. Even the normal Ghanaian na say be wenya police case be catch see a grantee u bail la yebe ma o da say every Tuesday report to the police station. Dinta no mo yesa so that you will not run. Inti because Chema Wontumi any abronye MPP for inti. Omo ne they should be different. Ya grant you omo bail. Yes, Chema Wontumi was granted bail. Abronye was granted bail. And so your problem is that they've been granted bail and they are being told to report every week. By any chrome or say Kyei Mensa Bonsu, any chrome and Najati question and you nana eti parliament. Dia na wa bind the Jati question and anka Godfrey Dame mo force class and on konudie court case. Na ko court every single day. Ana chachuchi kata eko siki se dabi. Friday the mamu manemba because okoye campaign. Ebe dane ntokwa between chachuchi kata and Godfrey Dame wo court. Now uni parliament. Were you not the majority leader? But that time they want kasa. Chema Wontumi evidence. Etiana yes. It's because of young people in my an assembly yenjai. How can you be this disingenuous? How can you decide not to be truthful to yourself like this? Just because of young people ni. Now can we be say Kyei Mensa Bonsu penyi asebe. Nanka wo penyi a anka wo betu nkolafo. Ende enna ba omya wo dwane. But say Kyei Mensa Bonsu penyi a wo betu nkolafo. Ende wo abronye edinsemfunse ni akwakochi na wo kasa se di ntia ni akwakochi abronye. Penyi a wo betu nkolafo. Na ebe si den. Ebe si den. I say, and some former ministers who are now required to report every week is certainly not the best of circumstances. He added that if anyone, including NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Enchibuesiako, popularly known as Wontumi, had done anything wrong, due process should be followed. So what is the due process? And that is what NPP for Debi Omoka. Wontumi na ya che no, and then no a problem. Now so due process to be followed. Who be so almost due process ni ya. What they are calling as due process, no, and they say, "My and Chiwa Moncroft." That is what they are calling as due process. Because what is the due process? Due process, they say, "Nipa krono yasi achino, yebe chino, yebe granti ni bill, Ye are the no court. And son ye be granting the bill no. It depends on the friend saying the outfits are chino. Yoko for China, Yoko for Nangasa to me granting the bill. Now so other people like police and other people now I was some court no moko bill. Chema to me one na chino. Police for chino no. Police for releasing no. And a Yoko for so koko chino. Later, yes. When meet bail conditions there, because na muni na musu rosa mo de munjapa dia bebe nim. But later, when you ni bail, and part of the bail condition they say every week was will report it. Every week will report it, and then your process is now see it against or no, and then will court. It is all that now as a due process. What do you mean by due process? Abronya di anide ni see ye chino. You say wakeka nsɛm bi esi etia Ghana mra we twantro waka nsɛm bi a enko yie etia Ghana mra police wachi no ye de na akwa kogina court judge say abronye no yema ndem kakra na the reason why a judge ka say yema ndem kakra no judge name and the reasons ye ni na ye kenkan wa ha those who agreed me metina ha say I mean I told you I read judge no reasons I make say judge no reasons in bia or de ma abronye no me mentiasie. But some people called me to tell me say oh motiasie and all that. But no problem. At the end of the day, it was the judge who remanded abronye. If you say due process should be followed, are we saying that the judge ne ye no due process? Judge ne follow due process ana. But later abronye ye no. And then there's still due process equal so. Then the ye jane no kran still ogusu disansemfu no. Emende baomiamu ni na kasa ema baomiamu ehunu se de abronye ye na ese o mo camp nti baomia pankrofo cho se mesremu o me de so obi wo me camp na o kase tia wo bi a me de enya mi o baomia is running away. Inti me pese Osei Mensa Bonsu wo try and say in the arrest of Chema Untumi because nkrofo two we na wabo mudin o se Chema Untumi ene abronye in the arrest of Chema Untumi ene abronye no me pese Osei Mensa Bonsu ema Ghana for etiase say due process ben ene enye followed sankrofo two we due process ben ene enye followed woma yenhu Osei Mensa Bonsu expressed deep concern over the arrest of leading MPP members including Untumi, Bono Regional Chairman Kwame Bafo and some former ministers who he said are being compelled to report weekly to the authorities. So that's Osei Mensa Bonsu's problem. And basically, once you read, you understand that what Osei Mensa Bonsu is actually talking about, and they say MPP for a nipa sing will be a because for me, I don't really see Osei Mensa Bonsu's problem, especially Obiana Woye majority leader during MPP time, President Akufo-Addo time. Ye nina ye hu a civilian senior national security for ekoko kidnap a civilian. And there was a chairman Sabunza Sama can where are we heading as a nation? You as a chairman where are we heading as a nation? You were a leader in parliament. Yes, around that time, no, I'm not sure. Around that time, Osei Mensa Bonsu was not the majority leader there, but he was still in parliament. He was a big person in parliament. He was the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. Meboa. Embra Emirates. MPP time a year. And then the Osei Mensa Bonsu and Kasa Ghana we were heading anywhere. Embra branch your friend Bongo. Momo di anepo di ane time. Because Bongo ideas na nkrofo bi mu kra no. Chia mo kokko chi omo. And the Osei Mensa Bonsu katre Ghana for say, where are we heading as a nation? That's what Osei Mensa Bonsu is telling us. Where are we heading as a nation? Okay, that's it. It's here for Montreal. Your comment box, Nemo. Me that's it.